All right. It's so good to see you, and so good to see you on a holiday weekend. It sounds like a lot of you are finding compassion and kindness and working through patience and understanding on this weekend. Um, I have a story for you to start off with, because of course I do. And this is a story, once again, shared by Bikuni Tin Kwang, who is on Facebook. And I shared the story with her last time, the story from her last time I was here. So, this story I'm just going to read to you because it's told so well. One day, an old monk was walking with his disciple in a monastery garden. The air was calm, and the sun played among the leaves of the trees. The elder carried in his hands a bowl of warm water. Suddenly, he stopped and looked at the disciple and asked him, "Tell me, if someone were to stumble into me and the water spilled, why would it spill?" The disciple quickly replied, "Because someone pushed you, master." The monk smiled gently and said, "No, my son, water would spill because inside the bowl there is water. If instead of water there had been milk, then milk would have spilled. What comes out of you in the moment of being shaken does not depend on the stumble, but what you carry inside." So I wanted to talk about that. That he is saying, he's asking the disciple, what caused me to spill the milk? And the disciple said, the stumble, the fall, or to spill the water. What caused me to spill the water? And the disciple said, because you stumbled. And he said, no, I spilled the water, emphasis on water, because it's water. That's why water came out of the bowl. Um, so, what does that mean to us? That really stuck with me, and I thought about it because it's something that I haven't been able to put into words that I've been working with on myself. And this really struck a chord. When I'm shaken, when I stumble, what comes out of me? So that is our nature, right? What we fall back on in moments of conflict, of surprise, of something that comes at you suddenly. Um, so what is it that is inside of us? And this is what we work on so hard to cultivate. It's easy when we're sitting on a meditation cushion. It's easy when we're going around offering gratitude and merit to things. It's easy when we're in that space where we're not having conflict, we're not having any kind of surprise, shock coming at us. We're just relaxed. And it's easy to share compassion and kindness at that time. But what happens when we're shaken? And what happens when we stumble? When what is it that comes out of us? For me, full disclosure, not always my best side. there, I find myself less now than I used to, but reacting or wanting to react, feeling that reaction come up inside, and then stifling it back down. And that is a step towards what I want to be, what I want, the change I want to be in the world. I think the first step is recognizing what our nature is and being honest with ourselves. There are things that trigger me, right? I mentioned my little brother. He is a very far right, alt right Christian, almost cult like, and has some very different beliefs than the rest of the family. And it's affecting his immediate family, which is my beloved nephews. And one of my nephew who is in a relationship, not married, with another very strong, they're very left wing, very feminist, and they do not understand each other at all. And he wasn't accepted at their house at Thanksgiving because of it. So he came here, and we're giving him a week of fun and activities and happiness, but it's not going to, he still carries that sorrow, that kernel around with him. What was my reaction? Well, I wanted to call my brother up and tell him what an idiot he is and how he's losing his son. And his son is the most brilliant person on the planet. And he's wonderful. And his girlfriend is just as wonderful. And I wanted to tell him how wrong he was. That's what I wanted to do. Um, for the first time, or maybe only second time in my life, I didn't do that. I did tell my mom what an idiot my brother was. And she agreed, but it's baby steps, right? So we have, I can take, I can, I can, I can be happy about the fact that I didn't reach out and react. So what's my next step? That isn't finished, right? We're not finished. Just not reacting is the first half. The second half is sending compassion and metta to my brother. And that's becoming easier and easier. And because of a practice that Tai Kozin mentioned, is that when we do our metta practice and we offer metta to all these different things, and we get to the part where we are offering love and compassion to someone who's very difficult, Tai Kozin would always pick Donald Trump. And so I started doing that. And it took a long time. But I can honestly say that I care about him and his well-being, and I do love him. And I hope that he does his very best. And that I would be sad if he was gone, if someone shot him and killed him, and I would be sad for him and his family. And I honestly feel that way. I honestly do love him. I don't agree with mostly everything that comes out of his mouth, but I do love him. And so that practice has changed me a lot. So it was easier, I think, than it would have been a year ago to send compassion to my brother, to actually, I'm not where I could call him and see if he's okay. And, I probably could, but this is a new change in me. And I don't know if that much stumbling and shaking would not spill out something that I don't want to be spilled out. So I'm not ready for yet. But if he were to call me and need to talk, I would listen. I would listen. I wouldn't offer my opinion because I have a lot of practice at that too. That's what I do in my practice. I'm here for a lot of grief relief here. So I would listen. I would. It would be hard, though, not to offer ideas of how to fix things. And that's not necessarily what they want. There's another story that I read. And in this story, there is a monk kneeling by a pond, and a disciple walks up to him to see what he's doing. And he's picking a scorpion up out of the water, and it stings him, and he drops the scorpion back in. This is kind of a scorpion and the frog type story. And then he picks the scorpion up again, and it stings him, and he drops it back in. And the disciple says, "Why do you keep doing that? If you know he's going to sting you?" And the monk says, "Because it is his nature to sting, and it is my nature to care and to help. His stinging cannot change my nature." But then again, the monk put two and two together and got a leaf and got the scorpion out and set him out without getting stung and saved the scorpion. And then he taught his disciple that what is your nature? What comes out of you when you're stung or when you stumble? What comes out of you? And we cannot change someone else's nature. We want to. Oh my gosh, do we want to? And protesting and yelling and screaming. I mean, we've seen it in Portland. We cannot change, the protesters cannot change ICE's feelings and nature, and ICE cannot change the protesters' feelings and nature. We can't change anybody else. The only person we can change is ourselves. And that nature of him picking up and getting stung and not flinging it to kingdom come, but putting it back in the water, was his nature to care and to help. And the being stung didn't change that for him. He still wanted to save the scorpion. So my question to you today is, what would be your nature if you stumbled, if someone pushed you? In the first story goes on to say that we aren't always met with gratitude and tears of joy when we offer help. Lots of times when we offer help, it's unwanted, or it's met with resistance or suspicion. Um, how do we keep being there and helping and stand there in a barrage of this sort of negativity? It's not bravery. It's not, I live in the country. It's not, a jacked up four-wheel truck. It's a, it's just a calmness and a compassion that we have developed inside ourselves. And it doesn't come naturally. Well, for some it does. For the Buddha, it did. But for some of us, we're working at it. So that's why we call what we do a practice. It's not a result. It's not a religion. It's a practice. We're practicing the Dharma nature. We're practicing becoming Buddhas ourselves and being able to just put the scorpion back in without changing our nature. I want to leave you with one last idea. I've mentioned this before, but the great late Desmond Tutu, Bishop Desmond Tutu, was a very good friend with the Dalai Lama. And he told a story where they were sitting outside chatting and a mosquito landed on the Dalai Lama and he swatted it. And Desmond Tutu said, "Aha, happy reincarnation to you." Meaning he just killed something. So you're not enlightened. You're coming back for some more training, dude. But it was inside of him, it was in his nature to not get bit by that mosquito. And maybe it wasn't a conscious decision. And maybe if he had been conscious, maybe he would have done something different. Not sure. I do swat mosquitoes. I don't want what mosquitoes are carrying. So we pick and choose, but make it a conscious choice. Make it something that's within you. So when you react, you're reacting in alignment with your nature. When you react subconsciously without, because you don't have time to process, you're just reacting. Our practice helps us so that that reaction is in alignment with our nature. Does that make sense? It's all practice and it's all good. Please don't be hard on yourself, except for Chu Ying, who's a lazy dog. Then just I love that she called herself a lazy. Chu Ying is probably the least lazy person I know of. I mean, my gosh, this woman works crazy hard. So, but yes, remember it's a practice, and you can work on it every moment of every day. As clergy, we have given our lives over to this practice, and so that's what we do from morning till night. None of us are perfect, not even me. Especially not me. How about not even my teacher, Taizi? Nobody's perfect, not even the Dalai Lama. So definitely keep at your practice, be kind to yourself, and nurture that nature of compassion. And that's my talk today. We're going to go into meditation. I'm going to check the time. Okay. Ooh, that's good.